You want answers?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
You want answers?
You have offended my family.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth.
And you have offended a Shaolin temple.
You can't handle the truth.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Radical Rant.
All right. Well, you know, I've been covering this issue of drug testing for welfare for quite a long time. It's got a personal kind of issue for me since, as a kid, my family survived thanks to welfare payments, WIC, food stamps and such. So I always have a personal issue when people go after the people who are getting by on those benefits. And I don't want to go into a whole thing of that right now. I just want to get to the meat of this story, which is, regardless of what you think about people on welfare, or whether or not they should be using marijuana or other drugs, trying to stop them from doing so costs more than the welfare itself. There's been this Republican-led effort to pass bills throughout the state legislatures to require drug testing for certain public assistance programs, things like mostly temporary assistance for needy families, formerly known as welfare, but also SNAP, which is formerly known as food stamps, and in some states, unemployment, which is an insurance program we workers pay into in case we're unemployed. But anyway, this effort to pass these bills have led to 3 states now that we're going to talk about spending over $200,000 of taxpayer money to catch 203 people. 203 violators since 2011. On average, the states then are spending about $1,000 per poor person they catch to deny them what is a median benefit of about $428. Now, we start in Florida, where the law to drug test citizens that were applying for TANF took effect in July of 2011. That program functioned for 4 months before a federal judge found it was unconstitutional. Problem was they were drug testing everybody who applied for the benefits, right? And they ended up spending $118,000 reimbursing the people who passed the test because they had to pay for the test out of their first check, right? It's like $30 a test or so. And the people that passed, they got that reimbursed. So the state of Florida spent $118,000 reimbursing people. Out of 4,086 people they tested, they caught 108 of them. 108 people. That's a rate of 2.6%, which about matches the rate of people who aren't poor. So it actually ended up costing them $45,000 more in reimbursements than they would have spent in the TANF payments to the 108 people who they denied. Now, Florida's law was halted because it's unconstitutional. They found that if you ask everyone to pee in a cup just because they're poor, just because they're applying for benefits, that's unreasonable search and seizure. So the next few states decided to get around that. Utah and Oklahoma, who we're going to look at next, passed these laws that required poor people to submit to a written test that would ferret out which one of them are possibly drug users. Okay, this is an assay, kind of a psychological screening test, right? Do you know what 420 means? Yes. Maybe they're a pot smoker. No, I don't know what that's on the test. But anyway, they gave this screening test, and then if you fail the screening test, there's the probable cause they need to do the P test. Well, now we're getting the results. The Deseret News in Utah reports that the state spent almost $6,000 on the written tests for everyone, and then spent over $20,000 on the drug tests they gave to the few people who failed the written test. And they caught 12 people. That's right, 12 people. $26,000 spent to catch 12 people. And in Oklahoma, the Oklahoman newspaper reports that the written tests they spent $37,000 on, and then follow-up screenings after the written test cost $34,000. And then the drug tests for the people who failed the screenings cost $10,000. Altogether, it was over $82,000, and they caught 83 people. Now, the defenders of these drug tests, like the Oklahoma State Senator David Holt, who wrote this damn bill, will refuse to acknowledge that these programs cost more money than they save in the withheld benefits. He says, quote, Well, you never know how many people just don't apply because they know they're going to be tested. But in Florida, we do know. In the 4 months that they had their drug testing program that was found unconstitutional, where everyone was drug tested, not just having to pass a written test, everyone was drug tested, the number of people who applied for TANF benefits stayed the same. Nobody was scared away by the drug test. So you didn't save any money on the imaginary people who didn't take the test. Now, I called the Departments of Human Services in Utah and Oklahoma to try to find out, has their TANF workload gone up or gone down? But the data from 2013 isn't quite available yet. But let me tell you, folks, when it is, I'll tell you all about it, because you know me, I look shit up. That's all the time we got for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Radical Russ. Till next time, take care of each other, tokers.
This is the Russ Belville Show. The Russ Belville Show is blogging and podcasting daily at radicalruss.com.
Please, if you can, donate to the Jenny Cush Memorial Fund via WePay. Our address is rad-r.us/Jenny Cush. We'll keep the banner up all day long.